Going live. What's up, everyone? Good evening. Rise and shine. It is Merlin, Merworld Cards, and Daniel, the Great Curator. We are just back from the Dallas Card Show from last week. What's up, Dan? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Still trying to rest. Still recovering, but still on that high, that Dallas Card Show high. Trying to pump out the content as quickly as I can so that all our followers can get updated, see what's going on. I've got another video coming out tomorrow. I put a video out on Monday, Tuesday, and I got one more tomorrow. So it's been pretty crazy.
My God, you have like already pushed out content within a day. I don't know how you do it. Like yesterday, I couldn't even move. I couldn't get off the freaking couch, dude. I was so exhausted. Plus, my flight was delayed at my layover over at Salt Lake City, over 3 hours because it was with Delta.
It was?
And they had a crew issue because of COVID. So they had to find a replacement crew, which sucked. So I got home about 1 a.m. on Sunday. But you know what? I had a blast.
That's the worst.
I want to say thank you for dragging me there. You were exactly right, correct. You know, don't get a freaking big head.
Told you.
But you are right, sir, man. Like, thank you. Man, folks, Dan and I had a blast. I don't know if any of you all were out there, any of the viewers. I'm sure they are. We met lots of viewers at the show. We met a lot of other dealers that know us. We made a lot of new friends, didn't we, Dan? I made a lot of BFFs, as Dan would say. You know,
people were so friendly to us. I couldn't believe it. It was just like nonstop at our table, just nonstop. People coming in, chatting with us. There was a line of people. Like I felt bad for some people because they kept coming, waiting for me. Then they left, and they come back and they wait, and then they're finally like, "Oh, you know, we were trying to talk to you, but there's too many people." I felt bad, to be honest.
I know.
It was just like it was overwhelming. But so cool. I'm so thankful that so many people value the content that we're putting out there enough to spend time to talk to us, to buy things from us. It's just super cool.
It was great. I mean, it was. I would also see like viewers like, you know, waiting to talk to me as well, and they were just like anticipating the next move when they could, you know, cut in and, you know, introduce themselves to me, and I was so flattered, man. I don't know about you, but I was just very humbled, and thank you. I mean, it feels great. I mean, it was just just thankful everyone. I mean, we had some viewers I met that told me that I changed her life, and I was like, dude, I don't know about that, but I mean, that was Chris.
You changed her life.
Yeah, like, man, that means a lot. Okay. And they said you did too. And a lot of people would say, Merlin, you always said, check out your YouTube channel. And then when they would go to check out my YouTube channel, they would find you, Dan, and go down that rabbit hole. And everybody was like, oh my God, I wouldn't have found the Great Curator if it wasn't for you, Merlin. So, you know, I was like, oh my goodness, it's serendipity. It's, you know, it is symbiosis right here working together, you and me, man. So I want to thank you for, you know, partnering up you this week. It was an honor and a pleasure. Thank you. I can't wait for more shows coming up this week. So that's something we will discuss.
Yeah. And I was so happy that you found success, because I felt a little bit pressure because, you know, these shows are not easy to go to. You have to spend money for their flight, the hotel. So as I was pumping it, I was like thinking to myself, oh, I hope he like sells some cards. You know what I mean? Like, I hope he doesn't like lose money on this trip. So I felt pressure too. And then when I saw you start to make some deals, I was like, okay, that's cool. And then I saw you make like a really huge deal, and I was like, yes.
Two huge deals. Myself, same person. Two huge deals, same person.
Yeah. I was like, yes, he's not going to be mad at me now. Yes. So
no, it's totally opposite. I was almost going to hire your wife to start shooting for me, because I was so freaking busy that I didn't get to shoot any content at all on Saturday. Because I mean, I came straight out of the gate Saturday morning at 10 a.m. I had people at my table, and multiple people. It was never just single or any dead time. And the time I looked down at my watch to start setting up, it was 6 p.m. So I just said, screw it. I'll just talk about the show on Saturday. I mean, I'd rather have just sold, and this is my first time, just kind of get the, you know, the lay of the land. And so I'm very happy. So I can't wait to shoot next time I go there.
You were definitely killing it.
Thank you, man.
You were definitely killing it.
A lot of my Star Wars, my unique stuff, my Marvel, but I had a whole display case of just Star Wars stuff, vintage and modern. And by Sunday, only had 2 rows. That's it of Star Wars.
Let me tell you, we hit it out of the park with the alternative cards. Like, I felt like a lot of people probably thought we were kind of crazy bringing all these alternative non-sports cards to the show, but
Yeah.
I feel like we hit a home run with that, because we had probably not a very good spot too in comparison.
I know you were really worried when you saw our table on Thursday. And you walked up, you're like,
yeah, I was worried about that, but like everybody who walked by our table, they stopped. And that was the most important thing. They stopped, they talked to us, and they were looking at our stuff, and they complimented us, and they were having a great time. So I think we're on to something here. So, you know, for me personally, I'm ready to kind of shift a lot of my inventory into those alternative markets just based on that feedback from the show.
And soccer was really popular too, because Brian of Sunday League Investors was just like, oh my God, there were so many people at, you know, his display. I mean, that was your table you shared with him, but oh my God, it was just packed full of soccer fans over there.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, but I mean, and let's just get in and talk about this. Let's talk about the themes of the show. And you know, let me just preference this by saying that this is based on our experience on the cards that we had and our feedback. Obviously, sports dominates the show, but I really feel like for me, the themes of that weekend are soccer and Marvel cards. Okay,
and Star Wars.
Let me tell you why I say that.
My Star Wars.
Okay, and we'll put Star Wars in there. I think the theme, or I mean, the important takeaway from these Dallas shows is that it gives you an idea of where the next emerging market is going to be, where people's attention and focus is going to be, right? What are people looking for? What are they spending money on? And in my opinion, those three markets, those 3 categories, soccer, Marvel, and Star Wars, definitely have a lot of attention right now. So take that for what it's worth.
Agree. I mean, this is definitely, I mean, I felt like you, me, and Brian were like the belle of the ball on Saturday. It was a great, wonderful feeling. Right. Everybody was coming up to us at trade night, you know, saying hello. You know, you had a lot of, you know, YouTube content creators making deals with you all weekend. It was a pleasure to watch that, you know, transpire. It was, I mean, it was just a lot of fun. And you had this guy, where is he? Right here. That guy right there had me up to almost 3 a.m. every freaking night, folks. And then I had to get up at 9 a.m. to get there. We don't stop. No. So
we had a lot of, when you're, you got to maximize your time when you're at Dallas. You don't sleep. What are you going to hang out in your room for? Watch TV? No. You go to the show, you take a quick meal break, and you go to a trade night all night. And that's how it is. And I mean, I think we found great success doing that.
But that was wonderful too. I mean, you took me to a really great restaurant, you know, between the show and trade night. I love that Brazilian pizza place. I went with you. That was really good. I really hit the spot. And then we had dinner with Spidey Jew for sushi, and that was really good.
But the best benefits of going to these shows, other than selling and making trades, is being able to go out to have nice dinners and enjoy yourself. You know, you work hard all day, then you treat yourself to a really nice meal, and then you get to connect with all these people that you talk to online and stuff like that from different parts of the country. So that, I love it. This is like my lifestyle, man. I go to the show, I hustle, I go to a nice restaurant with my family, my friends. I meet and connect with different buddies, and to me, that's just perfect. That's what the hobby's all about.
Yeah, no, and it was funny because I had 4 display cases at the show, and one display case was all sports. It was mostly just basketball and football. You know, great cards. You know, mid and high level tier cards, but because of the other cards of my unique oddball stuff, it was just pretty much a stealth display case. People just, their eyes gravitated right towards the unique stuff, the Star Wars, the Marvel, and the celebrity cards, my wrestling cards. They overlooked the great sports cards I had, but fortunately I was able to sell several of my great sports cards during trade night. So it kind of balanced out, Dan. It kind of balanced out.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah. I looked at my numbers, and I would say, I looked at my numbers, and I made the most money on my basketball, but second behind basketball was soccer. and very closely behind that was Marvel. So it's almost like a 30, like an even 1/3 all the way through, which was very interesting to me. So, you know, the next show that I go to, I'm going to continue to kind of try to get some feedback on these cards and see what type of interest it gains. But I mean, I'll still do sports because I enjoy collecting that, but I'm definitely much more leaning towards these alternative markets just because they're more fun to collect. And I feel like there's a lot less competition too with it, which gives me an advantage when I go to these shows.
Wonderful. Well, Dan, let's start taking some answer some of the questions of the viewers, shall we?
Yeah, let's go. Let's get into this. Let me just say hello to a couple people here. So NorCal Emperor's in the house.
What's up, man?
Up, Axel? Serge, Mervin. It's good to see you. Always. Jago's in the house.
Spidey Jew.
Okay, Benjamin's in the house. Papa Jim. Remember we met him? He does those shadow display cases.
What's up, man? Yes.
So that guy's Papa Jim's super cool. Great to meet you.
He even had Papa Jim on his badge. I loved it. What's up, Flip Steve? I was on his show last night. We were talking about the show, wrapping it up. What's up, Rob? 19th vintage.
19th vintage. Aaron, Feed the Gods is in the house. It's funny. Like we know all these people. We know their names now. And like we're putting faces to these names too.
It's pretty surreal, man. It is very surreal meeting them finally, you know, in person. Don't mess with a hobby. Yo. Aloha, Dan and Merlin. Got to come to Cali.
Okay. Dano from Australia is in the house.
Definitely.
What's this?
Okay. What's that?
Okay. There we go. Okay. Is that a question or a statement here?
Soccer, Marvel, and Star Wars are the beanie babies of 2022, but so are all the absurd, rare parallels and ultra modern traditional sports cards. That's speculation. I mean, Dan, what do you think?
I wouldn't say these things are beanie babies. I mean, beanie babies were a fad. They were like a one-time thing that just came out and had about a couple years of attention. Soccer, Marvel, and Star Wars cards have been around for a long time, but they just haven't got the respect until recently this year. So I don't think that they're fad at all. In fact, I think that they're still very undervalued market, and people are just starting to really look at these as collectible investments to make. And I'll tell you why. It's because they're getting these categories, these markets are getting validation now. People, big people, famous people are money on these cards. You're seeing all these record-breaking auctions that are happening, and they're validating the value of these cards, and all the other people around us are starting to see that, and they're starting to process it in their mind that they can spend $100 on a card or $200 or $300 or more, right? Spidey Jew, over the weekend, I saw him purchase a Spider-Man Red PMG for $20,000. You know, so it's like these things are not.
Wait a minute, it was $20,000? I didn't know it was that much.
Yes, $20,000 for that card.
Justin, wow.
Okay? He actually paid. He actually paid. He had two cars. He bought it in a bundle, and he paid $23,000. But for the Spider-Man itself, $20,000. So people are spending money on these cards. These are not like a novelty that's gonna flame out. I mean, I don't believe that at all. So that's kind of like my personal opinion about this, based on the feedback that I've been getting so far. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to go to Dallas, bring all my Marvel PMGs. I wanted to see if people were going to pay up for them. And, you know, the feedback I was getting and the sales I was making, I think they are. I definitely think they are. So that's very interesting. And I want to talk about this too before we get to the next question, because this always like bothers me, is that some people were claiming that, not some people, just like maybe like one idiot was claiming that like we were pumping up. We were pumping up.
I'm glad you're talking about this,
right? For our own self-benefit. And I'm like, guys, you know, we do these lives, we get maybe like 60 people in the live. We are not causing these record-breaking sales.
Yeah, we're not Gary V.
yeah, right. We're not these type of influencers. Like famous people with a lot of money are buying these cards, not because of us. We are just talking about it. We are trying to educate people because we're paying attention to these things, and we're trying to educate you guys on it. So it bothers me when people try to say, you know, or when people like leave comments and they they try to say that we're, pumping up Marvel or anything like that. Marvel's been around for a long time. We're not pumping up anything. You know what I mean?
I know, and we were still buying Marvel PMGs at the show. I meant they were coming to us, and that also
I was trying
to say that you said in one of your videos back, I don't know how many months ago it was, but like from the quote of Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will come. And this holds to the Great Curator and Curator Army. If you display it, they will come. And that is also true because if you put that in your display case, your PMGs, your wrestling, your celebrity cards, your Star Wars, people were coming up to me left and right, wanting to trade or sell. And I got some really great deals and trades with all that stuff. So thank you, man.
Yeah. And I picked up one PMG while I was out there, but look, guys, I had PMGs come to my table, but now they're too expensive for me to buy some of these PMGs. So it's like these people are educated now, right? And we're not being able to, it's harder to find those type of deals, but that just kind of shows you where these markets are going. So I think did you have any PMGs
that were offered to you that were out of your price range?
Oh yeah, that Spider-Man was offered to me. The guy wanted to, and I tried to make a play on it, but I just couldn't. I didn't have $20,000 to spend on that card.
Wow.
So there were a lot of PMGs offered to me, but they just weren't. They weren't at the price points that I could do something with them, right? So, I mean that also gives me a little bit of validation too, to see more of these PMGs out there, to see them reaching certain price points on there. So it's very interesting to see. Okay.
Very, very interesting.
All right.
Thanks, Ben.
Let's get to City by the Bay. What's up, man?
Hey, fellas, selling AEW cards, having fun. Hold on real quick. Can you give me a second?
Sure. While he's doing that, Money Mike is in the house.
What's up, Mike? So, yeah.
City by the Bay. You pulled a limited edition Britt Baker and a Sting. Nice.
Also Sting, man. Oh my gosh. You got to DM me on Instagram. I want to see the pictures of those, man. Anyway, this arrived today. I just got this in the mail, so I'm ready to open this up.
Oh, you're
maybe I'll do a live stream this week. Maybe I'll do a live stream opening break box here. So we'll check it out. So
cool. So hopefully you get something good in there.
I hope so too. I'll get a Britt Baker or a Sting.
I did not do any deals with Bitcoin. Haven't got to that level yet, but I did ask a few different people, and people are taking Bitcoin at these shows. So that's a thing now. That's a thing. All right. Flipping Steve's got a comment here.
Star Wars and Marvel are two of the biggest brands in history and have been collectible in some aspects since their inception. Correct. The Beanie Baby statement is absurd. But, I bet it won't be too long until you start seeing like encapsulated Beanie Babies graded and sold, vintage ones, and the hype all over again, 20, 25 years later.
Things have a way to be like a cycle, so I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the thing. OG card scammers in the house. What's up?
Yo, OG in the house. Love you, brothers. Also, Steve, I want to say, yes, I am wearing a Star Wars shirt, TIE Fighter shirt. And because I sold so much Star Wars this week. Ian, I thought the Orca whale was about to jump in and apprehend the Jordan scammer. Oh, yes. Well, we'll talk about this later in the next, the last chapter.
Yes, we'll get into that. I have some thoughts. I have some thoughts on that. I have some information to give you guys, so we will definitely talk about that. Let's just get through these comments. They're starting to build up, and then we got some cool announcements to make for you guys too. We're building the Between the Two Slabs brand for you guys for the benefit of all our viewers. So let's just get this real quick here. Scott White, what's up in the house?
Long time no see. Scott, it's good to see you. We just saw him the other day. That's my new BFF, my new brother from another mother, man, who also loved to have conversations about oddball stuff. We met him at the Dallas show, him and Dave of Next Gym. So I want to give them a shout out. Next Gyms, check them out on Instagram.
Yeah, very cool. PSA Slab guy, he's got a question.
Was vintage or modern Star Wars more in demand? Both. Mostly the Boba Fett's. I brought modern of the Galaxy Boba Fett's. I brought some sketch cards. I had the parallel refractor cards, the X-Fractor ones, and then I had the vintage 83 and 1980 stuff all sold. That the hottest one was probably my what was it? It was a PSA 9 I had of. Well, look at that Boba Fett sketch card. Is that a 1 of 1?
Yes, it's a
Oh,
sketch
nice.
card. So yeah, I did pick this up there. I wasn't too heavy into Star Wars at the show, but definitely I think that Star Wars Vintage is the play right now. And I think at some point those Topps Chrome cards are gonna be pretty special also.
I agree.
But I picked up this really cool sketch card. Check it out, guys.
And that's from the Galaxy too, right?
I don't know from the Galaxy. This is it.
But the Galaxy cards were hot, and you could not. Everybody loved them so much. Everybody was going around the show, and it's 1,000 tables at the show. Everybody was trying to look for some wax or unsealed boxes, and nobody could find them anywhere. Yeah. So if you find any, I'd suggest grabbing some, and because there's some really cool inserts and parallel cards in there, definitely. But anyway, the biggest sell of my
guys.
Go ahead.
Real quick plug for me. I'm going to be doing my first Whatnot stream. I'm going to schedule it for next Monday. This will be on there along with some other goodies that I picked up at the show for you guys. So I'll talk about that a little bit later. But
now, are you going to do it?
Is going to be next Monday.
Is it going to be during the day or after this show? Oh, sorry, this show is on Tuesday.
It will be on Monday. Yeah, it will be on Monday.
Sorry.
It will be on Monday, probably 6 o'clock. I'll do 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So I think that's a good time for everybody across the country or wherever you watch from. And we'll go for like an hour, maybe. I don't know. But it'll be very limited. This will be like a test run. I'll do like maybe 50 items because that's all I'm prepared to pack up and ship.
Okay.
So 50 items. They're going to be raw cards, graded cards, maybe big Funko Pops, something like that. But it's going to cover a little bit of everything: Star Wars, wrestling, and Marvel and sports. So stay tuned for that. Keep watching my updates on Instagram as I tell you guys what it's going to be doing. But it's basically we're just gonna have fun and hang out. I don't care if I make any money. Hopefully I'll break even. Hopefully I don't lose a lot of money, but it'll be something fun that I can just push out some of these cool products to you guys.
Now, Dan, is Whatnot just an app, or is it a website too, or do you have to have that on your phone?
It's both.
Smartphone.
It's both. Most people use their phones to look at it, but it's just like it's an auction site. It's a live auction site for like 1 minute where you start the auction and people can bid live and then they win it. So it's like it's kind of like a fun game. Most people use it for breaking, but I'm not going to be breaking. I might do a couple packs for fun, like G.I. Joe packs, because I've got a box.
G.I. Joe packs.
But
$3.5 million packs.
But it won't be like that.
Man. It's gonna be $1,000 per pack per break for the G.I. Joe.
Yes.
Now, if we go into this app, is it just like Instagram? I'll just type in the Great Curator and I'll find you, like your channel.
Yes, yes. But I also put a link on my Instagram profile. So go to my Instagram profile. If you click that link, you follow me, and then it gives you $10 for free, like an affiliate link. So so use that, and come support my stream. I appreciate it. It'll be fun. If I do well, then I'll do more. If I lose a lot of money, then that's it. I'm out. Okay, one and done. So we'll see.
So
okay. So
I love it. I'm gonna check it out. And I was also going to just say, like, the biggest Star Wars card that I sold was the PSA 9 of the Boba Fett of 1980, the cartoon one. You know, the cartoon one. It's kind of like red and
nice,
or pink and green colored, and that sold over $1,000. To the Moon Collectibles. Hi everyone. What's up? To the Moon. Good to see you on here.
Very cool.
Love the logo. City by the Bay. Definitely keep me some AEW boxes sealed, but I really enjoy ripping the packs. Let me know how your opening of the packs were, because I've talked to several people and they didn't get crap. So let me know if you got any good cards. I mean, the one guy said he got Sting and Britt Baker, so that's great. Axel C. I saw you move the Messi rookie on your video. What price did you sell it for again? And was the PSA 8?
No, it was a PSA 9, and I sold it for $2,800.
Ooh.
No, $2,850 I sold it for.
H-Town ball cards. Have you guys thought about moving to some Bill Russell? Underrated for now. Get them upper deck cards while they are cheap.
Bill Russell. If I can find an on-card Bill Russell autograph that's within my range, I will try to pick it up. It's not a priority for me. I like. There's other things I'd rather put my money towards. But if I found a good deal, then yeah, I would definitely pick it up. I do think that. I mean, they're not cheap for sure, but I do think he is significant enough that you should probably have a couple of those in your collection if you can appreciate those for sure. Glorious Purpose is in the house.
Glorious Purpose.
Met him. We met him. So he's a pretty cool guy.
Nice. Scott, Merle, what do you think about a play on early vintage Paul McCartney? Think him going in? Well, it's definitely a great idea. I mean, he's the Beatles, so he's Paul McCartney. So both names are, iconic. Jarrett, what's up, Jarrett? I picked up a lot of soccer cards based on old comps, and there seems to have been a large spike in the past month, and it will keep spiking, I think. How about you? What do you think, Dan?
Mm-hmm. Soccer is a play for me, for sure. Soccer, I sold as much soccer as I did my basketball, and everybody that was coming by my table, they were buying my soccer cards, including Glorious Purpose, which I'll highlight his comment here. But we shared a table with Brian from Sunday League Investor, and he was like packed the whole time. Like he did not have a second at all. Yeah, so I really like the way that we kind of set it up, where we had the triad of categories. We had soccer, Star Wars, Marvel, wrestling, basketball. So we had all the aspects covered. So people were hanging out at our tables for a long time because they were able to find all these cool cards.
And you know what? It's great is because just the platform that we sell these things, that we get to talk to all these people, and we shoot chat about all this stuff. So they'll stay hours at our table just talking soccer or Star Wars or Marvel, and it's great to have that conversation. Do you agree, Dan?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's just we have such alternative cards that people, it's refreshing. I think it's refreshing when people are coming by and they see our stuff. They're like, "Oh, that's cool. I've never seen it before." Whereas when I was telling you that when I was walking the showroom floor, oh my God, it was like just seeing a bunch of the same cards over and over again. I call it like the sea of chrome, basically. So it's good to have something different. We want to have the stuff that everybody wants also. Like I have Kobe autos, I have my Jordan rookies. These are things people always want, but it's good to have like something different. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's the area that I like to play in.
Love it. Ed, Ram, do you all prefer slabs over raw? I definitely do. I don't think I could. I mean, I sold a few raw cards just because I brought them there so people could see what I wanted, but it's always greatest slabs. You too, Dan, right?
Yeah. It's just easier to sell slabs than it is raw cards. But a play that I've been making, I've been buying, if I can buy a good raw card, I don't mind spending the money to grade it if I think it's worthwhile. So, yeah. But I would say 90%, I buy 90% slab and I buy 10% raw. So yeah.
Lucky. Flipping Steve Aoki bought the Spider-Man blue PMG on eBay for, get this, $100,000. Did you know this?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think this is a secret anymore. Steve Aoki is the one buying all these PMGs for record-selling prices. I know a few people that have sold PMGs directly to him, so I don't know what he's planning. I don't know what the guy's planning. He's definitely very active in those categories right now.
Feed the Gods. Are you both going to the show in Van Nuys on Saturday? Wait a minute. Would really like to meet you, Merle. I think it's not this Saturday. It's next Saturday, correct? Yes. Yeah,
next
we'll be there on Saturday.
Yes,
I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we will be there.
We are definitely going to be there. So come say hey to us. 19th of vintage. I just emptied my savings and spent it all on PMGs. Thanks, Dan. Rob, you better be careful.
You're welcome. You can thank me later. You're welcome.
Rob's got some really great Serena Williams cards that are like CGS 10 pristines. Beautiful rookies.
Okay, let me just go through these comments here.
Make sure you check his channel out too. He's got a great show, 19th Vintage. Check him out on YouTube. Really good. I like watching it. He really knows his stuff. Carlos, hi all. Great Curator. Did you make any moves on the Upper Deck employee exclusive PMG sports cards? those are beautiful cards. And that's what everyone else thought too at the show.
Are you talking about the purple ones? I own the complete set already, but I'm always buying more of those. But nobody brought any at this show, so
and I think people
unfortunately
people
I did
just
not
want
pick
to
up
buy
any
them.
new ones.
Didn't they just want to buy them single? But you were like, I have to sell it as a set. Wasn't that the case?
Yeah, they wanted to break up my set, but I can't do that because they're all the same matching serial numbers. So I would only sell it as a set.
Papa GMO, yes. Rip it live, laughing out loud. Papa Jim and his Phillies hat. Love it. What else we have here? Silver Sport. What up, fellas? What's up, Silver Sport? Next, what do we have here?
Modern Crimes
in the house. Hey, I made it. What's up, you crazy guys? Just talking about the Dallas Card Show and how hot Marvel cards and Star Wars and soccer were. Papa Jim, Dallas Show is every other month. How often will you guys be coming back to it? Well, when's the next show, Dan?
March. We already paid for the table, so
okay. Well, there you go, guys.
We'll be there. Yeah.
We're committed, and that's my birthday weekend. So that's my birthday weekend. So please come bring me some good cards and give them to me as a gift. I'll take gifts.
Yes, and guys, we had so much fun in Dallas that we're actually going to go to Houston in 2 weeks. So we'll be at the Houston show. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. We'll be at the Houston show the first week of February, and then I don't know if you've confirmed this. You've already confirmed it, Merlin. It's already happening. We will be at the Atlanta show at the end of February also. So yes, look at Merlin's face. He's like, oh, really? Oh,
and guess what? And Dan, guess what? I'm really well. Hopefully, she's going to come. But my girlfriend's coming with me to Houston. She wants to come. So,
awesome.
She's going to put up with some card shows. That means she really loves me.
Yeah. So if any of you guys are in Houston, you can come visit us. We'll be out there. But basically, we're taking the show on the road, guys. We'll be at all these shows in different states. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. I mean, like on Thursday, which was about a 5-hour show, in the evening, like 4 or 5 till about 8 o'clock. And then on Friday, it was from like 2 to 7, like 5-hour window. And it was kind of slow. I mean, it was mostly dealers walking around window shopping. And I sold like maybe, 2 or 3 cards each night. But Saturday was just a whole nother creature. I mean, it started as soon as I completed setting up my display cases at 10 a.m. and it went nonstop till about 7:30. And I just kept selling. Sacron, is it Sacron? Nice. Sacron. What do you think about Lord of the Rings Topps Chrome cards from the early 2000s? New Amazon series coming out end of 2022. Well, there you go. That'll definitely create some hype with those cards. And, if it's any of the major stars, definitely, who is it? Ian McClellan, right? I mean, he's passed, hasn't he? Yes.
Yeah.
If you have an autographed card of him, that would definitely be worth lots of money.
I would say that those IPs, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter is another good one.
Harry Potter.
They have big fan bases. So if you're into those IPs, then yeah, that's definitely a great play. I really love those movies. I don't know if I'll be getting into it myself just because I'm so focused on these other ones, but I think that any IP that has a big fan base or a loyal, dedicated fan base, those are good plays.
Yeah. I'm really surprised you haven't invested in some Harry Potter. They're so expensive.
I might, if I find one. I actually have a Harry Potter booster box that I'm sitting on.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's my Harry Potter play that I've made. I'm not like a huge Harry Potter fan, but I grew up watching it just like everybody else. So if I can find some good Harry Potter cards, I would definitely pick some of those. So.
I did have a person come to me and sell me a Carol from The Walking Dead card, autograph cards.
I saw that. Pretty cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
To maybe some Walking Dead, maybe find a Rick Baker next. Glorious Purpose. Yay! I'm winning that GC. What is the GC again, Dan?
I don't know what he's talking about. Well, he has another comment here, Boba. So maybe Boba Fett. Is that what he's winning?
Oh, the Galaxy. Maybe. Oh no, Boba.
Galaxy Chrome.
That's what it is. Thank you. The Boba Galaxy Chrome. Yeah. Those are really cool cards. Don't mess with the hobby.
Yes.
Monday, first Whatnot. Awesome. See you on Whatnot. Definitely. Don't mess with the hobby. Dan, no worries. You are going to be great on Whatnot. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited for you. Congratulations. Yes, definitely, Dan. We can't wait to watch.
I appreciate really all the support, guys. I appreciate all the support.
I'm very excited. I can't wait. They'll be my first even what time watching anything will be yours.
Yeah.
Mervin Flores. So Dan, did SLAB Mags officially sponsor you? They're running ads with your videos now. Wait a minute. Did you know this? Wait a minute. You didn't tell me this.
Yeah,
what?
They tagged me. They tagged me, but I did meet with those guys. They're not well. They were very kind, very friendly to me, and we're trying to get a code for you guys to get discounts, but they said they're not in a position to actually sponsor us yet. But this is a perfect segue because Merlin actually found a lower cost alternative to SLAB Mags. And before we show you guys this, let me just say I love SLAB Mags. I think they're very high quality product.
They are really nice.
High-end cards. But a lot of people were kind of like pushing back on the $25 price tag for those SLAB Mags, right? And they want something cheaper because not everybody has like a $5,000 or $10,000 card that would warrant a SLAB Mag. So me and Merlin, we were very lucky. We met a gentleman by the name of Min who started a new company with, I think, probably a very good alternative for lower end cards. And I'll let Merlin get into that while I show you this here.
Yeah, the name of the company is called Great Card. You can find them on Instagram. Here is some packages they gave me here. And you see here it says, where is it? Great Card, and they're like have every color of the rainbow, and they're only $12 per guard. And then if you use their discount code that we will put in the description on both of our videos, on both of our channels, we'll continue to put them in our videos postings with that code. Use that code and you'll get 10% off. Is that correct, Dan?
Yes. So I think the code is really cool. It's called like B2S something.
Yes, B2S slabs.
Basically, they made a custom code.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
between two slabs, B2 slabs, and it's great. And and all you have to do.
But let me tell you guys about this product. Yeah.
Here's right here.
What is different? You guys may have seen the one that Jeff Wilson, a sports card investor, promotes. It's called like Slab Strong or something like that. This is very similar to the Slab Strong product, except that it's more sturdy. It's made of rubber or plastic or something like that, but it's not as like flexible as the other one. So it gives you more of a firm, secure feeling, and it has some glass here, where I think the other one doesn't have any plastic. So it has plastic on the front, so that you can it protects the card against scratches and things like that. And then they have different colors. They have all the colors in the rainbow and stuff like that. But this guy was super nice. And just to be clear, he's not sponsoring our channel. We're just basically telling you guys about this as just to help out the company. But they did offer us an affiliate link. So if you use that link, you will get 10% off. And then if they get enough sales, they'll maybe they'll sponsor our channel in the future or something like that. But it's a cool alternative. So I would use these things for like lower end cards. Like I would put like $100 card in something like this, or any card that I want to highlight. In my case, like Merlin, he had his your Betty White autograph, right? And you put it in one of these things. You put it in one of these things, and it sold right away.
I sold it right away. Same thing with the Macho Man Randy Savage. I bought 7 of these guards for men, and on Saturday, 5 of the 7 cards sold that Saturday. So that tells you the success rate.
They go for $12,
$12,
right?
And then, like I said, if you use the code, you'll get 10% off. And I think they're also doing $6 in bulks. And I don't know what the amount for bulk is, but you'll have to look on the website.
Did he say? Oh, he said that?
I think so. I'm not sure, but you have to check it out. I could be wrong, but it's got to be a big bulk.
We make no promises, guys. Yeah, make no promises. There are wholesalers out there.
But like I said, check them out. Their Instagram is Great Guard. So at Great Guard on Instagram. And then, I'm sure they have the link to our website and stuff. And they're only for PSA cards. Only for PSA right now.
I will put that link. I'll put that link in our description. And if you guys don't know it, just DM me or whatever, and we'll post it on Instagram or something, you guys. Okay, so that's a kind of a cool thing that we found out there. It was really cool because people were coming and bringing us different products to kind of like sample. So anytime that we see something really cool for you guys, we will definitely take it and we will display it on the channel for you guys, so that you guys can see what kind of innovative products they have out there. So so that was cool.
It was.
Let's see here. And thanks for putting that segue in there for us, Mervin. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Mervin.
Okay, next. Let's go through this.
What do we have next?
Let me make sure.
Okay,
hold on. There's a lot of chatter. There's a lot of chatter in the chat room here.
Everybody's talking.
It's between everybody else.
Is that about Ian McClellan or what? Okay. Saccharin, thoughts on early 2000 Topps Chrome Lord of the Rings with the new Amazon? Oh, we just read that. You just hit me again with that.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah,
guys.
Get those autos, man. Get those autos on the Lord of the Rings. Tao Hang, Marvel to the moon. My life has been nothing but Marvel this week. Same thing, man. Same thing here. I can't wait to buy more. I've already bought some more on ComC. I've bought a lot on ComC this week using my money that I've sold all my junk cards with.
Let's see here.
What do we have? Clicking Cam T, the Great Curator, just popping in, always enjoying the content. One of the true guys in the hobby. True.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you, Cam. I appreciate that.
He's got his Dirk Nowitzki logo there. Papa Jim, congratulations on the sales in Dallas, guys. Love the content. Safe travels. Papa Jim, hope we can see you in Houston. Are you going to come or not? Let me know. Serious collector, have some good basketball and soccer cards. Anybody want to sell me my first PMG? Looking for a red, but a red one. Like what year? Which ones do you want?
You know what I was about doing, and give me some feedback, guys. If you think this would be cool, what if we start like a Facebook group where everybody can jump in there, and then you guys can interact with each other. You can buy, sell, trade. So that would be another way for you guys to connect outside of the live and Instagrams. Let me know if you guys are interested in that. We can do
That's a good idea. That's a very good idea.
Yeah, we can do a Curate Army. We can do it between two slabs, whatever,
Yes.
So that could be a fun way for you guys to interact.
All the above. Can't get enough. Can't get enough of it, Dan. Money Mike. Dan, if you weren't married, how much more would you spend on cards? All of it. All of it.
A lot more. Yeah, guys. I have
even his wife would tell you.
I have a problem. But I'm just trying to break even. That's my motto, guys. I'm just trying to break even. But if I had less expenses, I would definitely be spending more for them. For sure.
Ed Ram, Houston is hosting 2 card shows. Fighterman end of January and TriStar show in February. Hope to see y'all there. We'll definitely be at the TriStar show. We just announced that at the beginning of our show that we will be in Houston beginning of February. Mervin says plastic frame. Yes, it is, Mervin. It's a plastic frame that the graded guards are, but they're great. Is there protection in the back? No, it just pops over the front. Like, and then what I was doing, I actually had my, the baggy sleeve over one of where it was a PSA card. I had a baggie over it, over this one. And then I had the price tag on the baggie. And then I was able to insert this still in the guard. So that worked very well. I didn't want to put the sticker on the guard itself. Money Mike, Betty White was hot as hell. Betty White was hot as hell when she was younger. Oh, yes, she was. She was still hot, man. At 99, man.
Yeah.
Cougar. Yeah. Oh. Benjamin Ling. Someone recently mentioned a grading service to grade the condition of the PSA slab. Haven't heard of anything about it other than the one time, though. Wasn't the company that was at the tent next to us one of those type of companies?
They're raw card. Yeah, they're raw card review. So they're not grading.
Well, that's what it is.
But, I never heard about that, but no. What are you talking about? Is that
what that is? Like they'll grade the condition.
Raw card review.
Okay. But what did
they grade? You also grade the raw card.
They do, and they'll tell you like what your party will get.
What they think. What they think it will get, and then they put it in the little plastic. They put it in like a card sleeve for you, a card saver. But what he's talking about is like another company that will the condition of the slab itself, which I've never heard. And honestly,
That's
I think
crazy.
that's a little bit, yeah, that's a little much, because even if your slab gets scrapped, guys, you can always replace it. It costs like $10 to put it in a new slab. So, there's, I mean,
if you get a 4 on your slab, I think you should send it back to PSA and get it replaced right away.
Oh, Dan, let's not get too crazy, guys. Okay.
Yeah. Now, Dan, I saw you
just buy the graded card.
Yeah, no, right? Dan, I actually saw you at a table taking 2 of your cards to show to a guy that he looked like he was appraising or something. Well, what were you doing?
So that's Mike Baker, and he owns the company called MBA, which is Mike Baker Authentic, or whatever. I think it's called Baker Authentic or something like that. Anyways, he grades cards that are in the slab. Okay, like he'll look at the card, and if he deems it to be of high quality, he'll put his sticker on it. And I've always thought of those things to be like gimmicks, to be honest, but apparently they do have value, and that is just another way to add an artificial layer to the value of the card. So if you have some very high-end cards and you want to bump the price like 10-20%, that is a way that people do value. So I don't necessarily agree with it, but hey, if I can get a sticker and it gives me 20% more, I'm going to go for it. So I actually had him look at a couple of my cards. I didn't go through with it just because he told me that my cards wouldn't qualify, but that is another level out there. If you guys want to talk about that, I think it's a gimmick, but it is what it is, guys. If people are willing to pay for it, then that's another way to increase the value of your cards.
Crazy.
Yeah.
What do we have next here? Caden. Hey, Daniel, will you be at the show this weekend? What show is that this weekend, Dan?
I will be at the Newport show this weekend. I will not be at the one on Sunday, but I will be at the Newport show this weekend. So if anybody's in the local area, Orange County, come say hi, and you can see all the cool stuff that I brought back from Dallas.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go down there too, but as a buyer, and see you, Dan. And I think Marie and I are going to go down there. I'm going to go do a little shopping, shoot a little content, and then I promise Maria I'd take her to a nice lunch, since she will help me shoot.
Awesome. Nice.
Money Mike, nice. Yes, do the Facebook group. Great idea. And there's some good stuff at the Newport show, right?
It depends. Every card show is different, but I would say a lot of those are coming there for sure.
Rick Norcal, oh yeah, start a Facebook group. Yep, let's do it, man. We'll engineer one, definitely. Mervin, yes, on Facebook group. I'm glad we got a consensus here going.
Okay, good.
Papa Jim, previous commitments are keeping me from Fitterman's autograph show and TriStar. I'll have to see you guys in Dallas in March. Well, I'll be here before you know it. Flippin' Steve, do you RCR anything with Beckett in Dallas? What's Steve asking me? What's
I
RCR
did not.
Mean?
I did not. And I don't really like the CRC raw car review services either. I don't like that just because
the raw car review
because of what happened.
No.
Yeah, because of what happened. And let's talk about
what happened.
Okay. Yeah,
we're down to the ugly.
Just get into it. Yeah, we got about 95 people in the chat. I think we can talk about this now. Let's talk about the drama in Dallas. Okay, you guys have stories. You saw the guys get arrested. There's a lot of stories going around about whether those guys were stealing cards, whether they were selling fake cards, whether they were just falsely accused. I haven't heard a lot of different stories, but I'll just tell you guys what I know based on my experience and the follow-up questions that I ask for people. Okay. So I'll tell you guys my understanding of the situation. Merlin, you'll give yours, and then we'll take questions if you guys have any. Okay. And you can make your own determination.
It is like a Kurosawa movie.
Yes. So basically on trade night, on trade night, there were these 2 guys walking around, and I actually met one of those guys. He came up to me and he showed me 3 Jordans in the Mike Baker Authentic raw card review card savers. And let me get this here because Mike actually gave me some to show you guys, because I talked to him about this. So these are what raw card reviews look like, right?
They're that's right. We just talked about them.
Yeah, they're just a card saver, and then they have his sticker and his brand, and they tell you what what it is, right? So this dude had 3 Jordans. He had 3 Jordans in these things, and he walked up to me, and the first thing that he said to me was, turn off your camera. I don't want to be on camera. That's the first thing.
Really?
So like, I didn't even look at this dude. And yeah, I didn't even look at this dude.
That's
he came
so shady.
to me. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? That's exactly right. He said that to me, and it turned me off, frankly, because I was like, all right, dude, whatever. You know, I'm not even filming you. You walked up to me, but okay, whatever. And then I looked at his stuff, and I've never bought anything in a raw card review before, and he was asking for this crazy price, like $20,000 for these 3 Jordans. So I said, no, thank you, whatever, get away from me. And then like 5 minutes later, the door's shut after that. So that was my experience with that dude. Like, he came up to me and he specifically said, I don't want to be on camera. So that raised a red flag for me. Then the door shut, and then you were outside at this time, Merlin. So you didn't see what was going on. The door shut. The door shut, and the organizer of the show started like screaming at people. He was like yelling at people, but we couldn't hear because the room was so big, so we couldn't really make it out. But basically, yeah, he was saying like, enough of this, I'm tired of this, you know, we're gonna get to the bottom of this, whatever. And then he got on the mic and said something like, we're gonna find you wherever you are, we're gonna find you. And we still didn't know what was going on, but obviously the assumption would be that somebody probably stole something, right? So we were just kind of hanging out, but then they shut the doors and they locked it on us. And at that point, a lot of people were like, hey, you know, we need to get out of here. You know what I mean? We didn't know what was going on. And they were walking around, they were checking people. So I made a video about it today. Go check it out, guys, on my YouTube, where I kind of talk about how we were feeling, like the sense of panic that was about to come over the room. And then apparently the police came in and they started searching around. And one guy, I was standing right next to him. One guy started pointing out these 2 dudes in the room. And then those 2 dudes were got kind of detained by the police. But then this guy that was pointing them out, he was saying, those are the you know, the you know, MFs that stole $18,000 from me at the last show. They sold me fake cards. He was screaming it out loud for everybody to hear. They sold me fake Jordans. Yeah. They took 18 grand from me, he said. So I was listening to that guy talk, and then the police, they were like questioning these dudes. And then I recognized the dude that came up to me that said he didn't want to be in the camera. So I was like, oh, so I was kind of like putting 2 and 2 together, that those Jordans that he was selling was fake, right? And then those 2 guys were taken out of the room, outside in the hallway. And then this is probably where you saw them, Merlin.
Yes.
I guess.
Yes, I was walking back to the door.
Based on the video footage that I saw, one guy took off. Basically, he was resisting arrest. He took off, and then he got tackled. Let me tell you, he made a critical mistake. Those 2 cops that were arresting him, they were like kind of old. And probably
they were, oh my gosh, yes.
to be honest. So like he could have ran away from them for sure, because those cops were not going to catch him.
No, they were like Barney Fife cops.
Yeah. He made the mistake of running into this big dude, like built like a linebacker. The guy, he ran right into his arms, and that dude tackled him. That's the guy that you see on the video where people were saying that guy's an undercover cop. He's not. I talked to him afterwards.
Oh, he wasn't?
No,
he was not. Wow.
No, he's not.
Had me fooled.
He was just a big dude. He was just a big muscular dude that was just standing right there. And that idiot ran right into him, and he got taken down like nothing.
Yeah.
And then that's
when they had the taser on him too. Didn't use it, but they had the taser.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
And let me tell you, that guy was lucky. That guy was lucky that those cops were there, because if those cops weren't there, I think the mob would have descended on that guy and they would have beat the crap out of him for sure.
He would have been tarred and feathered for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they were screaming at him, they were cussing at him, they were like saying, "You should die." I heard people were spitting on him, so it was crazy.
That's terrible.
Those cops, like, were basically protecting. The cops were basically protecting that dude afterwards. But anyway, so they took him away. So that's all I saw. But then I heard from one of the guys that we know, Boosted LA. He's based in our area, Boosted. And he was saying that he was also scared by those guys at the last show, I think in Vegas. And he showed pictures that they were selling fake cards to him. So apparently, I think that they were fake cards, and they got caught at the show. And then I don't know this guy's name, but he's like
Breakout
Ground
Cards.
Cards or something like that.
Breakout
Cards.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this guy is like an expert on detecting fake cards, and he did a whole analysis video where he showed that the cards that they were selling were indeed fake in his opinion. And I would tend to believe that guy. He has a lot of credibility in the hobby. So
yeah, he reached out to me and explained to me too.
Yeah. So the story is that I've heard is that basically these guys, they're like professional scammers. They go to different shows across the country, from the East Coast to the West Coast to Texas, and they sell fake slabs and they sell fake cards to people, and that's their scam. And apparently this time they got caught again. They didn't think to like change their looks or anything like that. One of the guys has a very distinct look. He has long hair, he has glasses, so he has a very distinct look to him, but they didn't think to change their look up, and then they got recognized and they got caught. So that's the story that I heard. Tell me what you heard, Merlin.
Yeah, it's definitely a tight community, so you're going to get caught regardless sometime soon, especially if you keep going to the same shows over and over again. I was going to go get Dan me and him some water, and I got a few cocktails, and I was walking back from the bar back to where the trade night was in the ballroom, and that's when I saw the door slam when I was about to walk up, and then I was like, "What's going on?" And then a woman opened the door real quick, kind of like cracked it open and said, "Someone's in here. We're keeping the door shut. Someone has sold some fake Jordan cards, and they're trying to find out who it was." And I said, "Okay." So I went over and sat in the lobby, and I ran into some of the friends we've made during the show, and then that's when I told them what happened, explained to them, and they were like, "Oh man, crazy." And then I saw the cop car come up, and it was like they look like retired cops. They're two older men. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know if this is a good idea. Like, I hope that's okay. And then I saw them walk to the ballroom. Then all of a sudden I heard people start screaming, boo, boo, and, singing goodbye, nah, 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 and all that stuff. And then I heard the doors slam open, and then everybody start running out, and it sounded like an angry mob attacking people. And then, of course, I start running up, filming, trying to figure out what's going on. And that's when I saw the guy's face just planted into the ground by the cops, and then the so-called undercover cop guy, and then the other cop with the taser about to tase the guy, and it was just insane. But where there's money, there's trouble. So.
Card porn actually used your video. They didn't give you the credit. They gave it to somebody else.
That's all right.
That video that you guys see on Card Porn, that's Merlin. That's Merlin filming that.
So that was crazy, man.
Yeah, so that's what we know about that situation, guys. Whether any of that stuff is true or not, I don't know, but that's what I saw with my own eyes. Let me give you guys my opinion about this, okay?
You had a lot of videos.
I always talk about
on your video. You showed different angles, which is great. So check out his latest video. You haven't seen it yet, where he shows different angles.
Yeah, I just posted it to the guys' days. Yeah, please check out that show, Trade Night. But look, it's sad to see this type of behavior in the hobby, and this is on the heels of what happened with Logan Paul, right? So
yeah,
it's just really sad.
Oh, and then also the backyard break guys. So there was some ugly things happening this week.
That's different.
Yes,
I feel like that's a different story. We'll talk about that.
Etiquette.
We will talk about that too, but that is different. I would not consider those guys scammers. I just consider those guys like bad actors. But like there are people that will take advantage of us. They will take advantage of our for lack of a better word, our trusting nature. They will take advantage of people that are naive to what the hobby really is. So we have to always be mindful that there are people out there that will try to do these things to us. So as a community, we have to watch out for each other. We have to help each other out when we can. And we really got to identify these fools. And I think that we have to push for serious consequences for these guys. I don't know if they got in trouble. I don't know if they're going to get prosecuted or whatever. I think as a community, we have to really push for consequences for this type of behavior to deter anybody else that think they can come in and make money off of us. If these guys don't get arrested, if these guys don't get fined or pushed out of the hobby for whatever reason, and they're allowed to come back into it, I mean, that's where we really need to come together as a community. I talk about this in all my videos where I talk about setting high standards of conduct and helping each other and getting rid of bad actors. So that's my opinion about that, guys. I just hope that there's serious consequences for these dudes and they're not allowed to come back. Like, there should be a list for people like this where they're identified, their faces are posted so that they can't come back and do this again. Because honestly, we're probably going to forget, like, the way that the is, there's so many things going on, we're probably going to forget this happened in a month, and it would be very easy for them to come back and sell fake cards to us or use an alias online or something like that. So I think that we should use this experience as a learning experience and just try to educate all the new people what's going on, and then just kind of push for some consequences on this. That's what I think, guys. I don't know, maybe I'm taking it too seriously, but I just hate the idea that somebody would pay for a fake card and get scammed. And that would, to me, if that ever happened to me, that would be the worst feeling in the world. So I can't rate that type of behavior.
Yeah, check out Breakout Cards. He just posted a video a couple hours ago regarding this incident and about the cards that these guys have been selling fake. Not only were they Jordan fake rookies, but there were also a chrome fake rookie of LeBron and a Tom Brady. And he shows and compares what a real one looks like to fake and explains the whole, the fake process. So it's very interesting. And didn't Dan at the last Dallas show, didn't the last Dallas show someone steal a high-end Luka Doncic and try to resell it the next day at the show?
That was like 2 or 3 shows ago, but look,
it was okay.
Look, this happens all the time in Dallas. Unfortunately, as much as I Dallas card show, there's always thieves that come into the show trying to take advantage and trying to steal things because they know there is so much money transactions going on at the show. It's very easy for them to sneak in and do their thing, right? So that's just unfortunate. I don't think that's going to go away. The more the hobby gets bigger and the more people understand what's going on, they will come in and they will try to steal and cheat people, right? So that's why the only thing that we can do, I believe, to really stop these guys is we have to adopt this mindset where we have to be aware of our surroundings and we have to watch out for each other. If we see something shady, we have to say something about it. If we see somebody take something off a table where nobody's looking, we have to talk about it. We have to protect each other from that. And then we have to push for consequences for these people. Like, they can't get a slap on the wrist and be let go, right? They've got to, I'm not saying that they need to be canceled or anything like that, but they have to be prosecuted to the extent of the law for sure. And they should be somewhat banned from all events, like the way that they would ban people from a stadium if they did something bad, right? They should do the same thing with these people. So they're just not allowed to come into the hobby or these events. That's just my thoughts on that, but I feel very strongly about that just because I can't tolerate that behavior at all. And I think it happens way too often. And I think that it makes news. When it makes news, people are like, ooh, this is drama. And we watch it and we love to hate on these people, but we forget too easily. And it's very easy for these people to come back into the hobby. Now, let me just say this with this distinction here. This is not to say that when somebody's accused of something that they haven't been fully proved to have done, we should not always just try to kill people, because that's really not fair, right? We should make sure that we have clear evidence when we start accusing people of these things. But if it's clear, like this dude, he ran from the cops. Okay, to me, it's clear that he did something wrong. Those people need to be punished and not allowed back in the hobby at all. So I don't know if there's any fix to that, but I think that we really need to be mindful of that, so that we don't let this become like the wild, wild west where just people are getting conned left and right. Because I remember when I was younger, I used to collect autographs a lot, sports memorabilia, and I was really into that. And back then, so easy to buy fake autographs, and that's what really pushed me out of the hobby, because I just said, forget about it.
Oh man.
So I just don't want to see something like that happen again in today's age. But okay, so enough about that. I don't want to. Sorry, guys, I got on my soapbox about that. Sorry, I get riled up.
We needed to. We need to get that off our chest. So
yeah,
definitely.
But let's just quickly talk about that. The backyard breaker guys, because a lot of people were talking about that too.
Yeah, what's happening with that? What's up with it?
I guess from my understanding, these guys are breakers. They pulled a card that they said that they were gonna give away for free. They ended up pulling a very bad card, and they're like, wait a second, I don't want to give this away for free. It's too much money, right? So
was it a Tom Brady kaboom like the one you had? What was it? Do you know what it was?
It's the other one. It's a Trevor Lawrence gold kaboom. Trevor Lawrence.
Oh wow. Okay.
And but let me just say, these guys, that's not. These guys, they're not scammers. They're just basically bad. I wouldn't. I don't even want to call them bad actors, but they're maybe bad businessmen is what I would call them. They have a business where they're breaking online. They were trying to give away a product as a promotion. The product ended up being very valuable, and then they went back on their word. So I think that hurts their reputation as breakers. I think that hurts their credibility as breakers. Also, I understand. I can kind of sympathize and understand why they did that, because they're like, oh my God, this is $20,000. That's a lot of money for me, right? But at the same time, if you run a promotion, you have to. If you don't honor your promotion, then nobody's gonna give you your business, right? If I say I'm gonna give this away, and then suddenly this becomes I can't just go back on that, you know. So once you commit to doing something like that, you have to follow through. Otherwise, you lose your credibility as a breaker, as a businessman, and nobody's going to support you. And in this hobby, reputation is everything. People have to trust you and want to do business with you. So I would say that their decision to pull that card back and not give it to the person that got it, I think that was probably a poor business decision. Yes, because if they had given that card to that person, they would have got a lot of goodwill for doing that, and they would have got a lot.
Oh, definitely out of that. Yeah, you got to do it, because you can't just change the rules of the game when it's in your favor. When you already told the rules of the game,
it looks shady. What they should have done, if I was in their position, right, I would have felt bad. Honestly, like if I would give a card that's worth $20,000, I probably would have felt bad too. I would have just used that card. I would have promoted the hell out of it and got $20,000 worth of marketing.
Posted everywhere
for that card.
Yes.
And I would be known as the gold kaboom dude or whatever, right?
That would have gone viral all over the place.
Yeah, they would have got their value from that. So I think they were a little bit short-sighted. I can understand why they would do it, but I just think it's a poor business move. I don't think that these guys are scammers or anything like that. Let's not throw out that term loosely, right? But it was a bad decision for them. So, but I don't follow those guys. I don't know who they are. I don't know this or not, but that's just my opinion about that.
Love it. Okay, let's say
okay, and
answer
then
some more questions.
Let's
you have one more thing to say
here.
Okay. We have a lot.
No, let me get out the soapbox. Let me get out the soapbox, guys. Okay.
Okay, Dan, go for it, man.
Let me save it. Let me save it for a little bit. I'll save the next segment.
He's heated right now. He's on fire.
Yeah. We're bringing back. We're changing. It doesn't scratch my slabs. This bends my corner. Okay, we're changing the segment. This really bends my corner.
This bends his corner,
we're
folks.
Bringing it back. Okay. All right, so let me take a break and let's answer some of the questions.
Proceed. It's getting warm in here. Hey, Dan, you run into the guy with all the black labels at the Dallas show? Is that?
You did. Remember Merlin?
Oh, Alex. Oh, yeah, he's my buddy. Is that the one who found me and then went to you?
I don't know who his name is, but I saw Alex, his table. Right? He had a bunch of black slabs.
He has all the 10 pristine labels, right? He's not the guy who bought the PMGs from you?
No,
it's not the same person?
Definitely.
Okay, but he does have 10s. Okay. Dow Hang, at the Great Curator, who did your ending theme song? Love it. That was Cat Stevens, folks. No,
Michael. That's Michael Golden. He's a musician. Do credit him underneath at the end of the title, so you can see his Instagram. Him and somebody person, I don't know who she is. Her name's Haley, Shannon Haley. They created that song for me, and they did it for free, guys. I didn't pay them to do it. So, and everybody loves that song. We call it the Great Curator Ballad, and it's really. I love it. I love that song, and I'm so grateful that Michael did that for me. So check him out on Instagram.
Do you viewers? It sounds exactly like Cat Stevens to me, so it gets me tickled every time I hear it. OC Sales Online. Dan and Merlin, I would consider doing the Chicago show versus the Houston show. Well, too bad. Well, maybe next time, because we've already booked
next
Houston,
time,
haven't we, Dan?
When Chicago gets warmer, we'll go.
Yeah. Oh man. Jake Sports. I have a ton of high-end baseball cards of current players like Vlad, Soto. Their prices have been down for a while. When do you think is the best time will be to sell? Right before the season? I'd say so. What do you think, Dan?
It's always good to sell into the lead up of the season, because there's a lot of hype. There's a lot of like report people who are projected to do well. So it's always good to sell into the lead up of the season and then sell into the lead up of the playoffs when people are performing well.
Yes. Daniel, will you guys be at trade night on Saturday at Average Joe's? Is this at Houston, Dan? So what he's asking?
Average Joe's is here in Orange County.
Oh wow, I didn't know this. Tell me more.
Yeah, maybe. It's in Huntington Beach. So it's not too far from where I am. Maybe I'll go. It depends if I have time. It depends on how the show goes on Saturday for me.
Dude, you're running on fumes. I don't know how you're doing it. Mervin, right. Mike Baker authenticated the fake Jordans. Did he?
Okay,
Dan?
let me say this, guys.
Here we go again.
He did not. He did not, guys. Okay. You really bends my corner. No, okay. No, he did not. Mike Baker did not. I talked to them, and that's why they specifically gave me these things. Okay.
The show
specifically gave me these labels to show people that the labels that they were using for their Jordans that do not match these labels. I guess they're the we're using were fake. Okay. So I would trust Mike Baker based on my conversation with him. I don't think that they graded fake Jordans. Okay. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Don't hate on NBA for this.
No.
Unless we get more news. If it turns out to be fake, okay. But basically he gave me these labels to show that people that those that they use were not the same. Okay.
Next. Who do we have going? Flipping Steve. I thought it was the head of security that got on the mic, not the show organizer, according to Ryan from Breakout Cards. We could be right. I don't know.
Well, that not the head guy that owns the show, but the guy that I see that runs everything. That's the guy that got on the mic. I don't know if he's head of security because he moves tables. It's not like he's not security. I think he's the organizer. But I don't know.
Yeah, he was just acting like security at the time, I think, and then people probably just thought he was security.
Right.
Serious Collector. I heard the cards end up being real. They were graded right there at the show, and the guys were let go. It was all misunderstanding. Who really? No, that's what was going on. People were leaving these on my comments and also on card porns. Card porn. There was so much, he said, she said stuff going on that he eventually removed his post. So I reached out to him, and card porn said, no, it wasn't an accident. It wasn't a misunderstanding. It was real. Breakout Cards has the whole story, and everyone I've talked to now has confirmed that this is allegedly real. Wasn't a misunderstanding at all. OG card scammer.
You don't run from the cops if there's a misunderstanding.
Yeah, why do you run from the cops? If it was a misunderstanding, you would sit there and not act guilty. Yeah. Then you'd be like, okay, I'll just there's just too much, there was too many things and witnesses going on that people know that this guy was for real. He's, been around. Wasn't a first time thing. OG card scammer. Yeah. Don't mess with the hobby, bro. They scammed the entire us. They hit the local shows, got away for too long about, then they got busted. Scammer. Congratulations for Curator Army. See, there you go.
So like they go to different shows. Those guys have gone to different shows. They weren't there like for the first time. These guys are professional, card scam.
Yeah, and like I said, check the Great Curator's last video that he posted today, he shows different video footage from different angles. Go to Breakout Cards channel on YouTube, and he's got a great video explaining this, all of it. Sydney Mitchell, need a blacklist poster at all card shows. Ha ha. What's a blacklist? Oh, of these people, like most wanted?
Like a blacklist. Yeah. There should be some kind of like database that keeps these people from back, because I'm sure they do, for sure.
Well, if you see these guys, they're very recognizable. Like Dan said, the guy should have cut his hair for the show. OG card scammer. The nerve
next time.
I know, right? Oh my God, I hope not. Hope it doesn't show back up. The nerve to try and rip off friends and collectors. Don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal. Congratulations. Let's stay encouraged. Don't mess with the hobby. Agree. Well, you know, there was definitely more positive stuff and great energy at the show than there was negative. This was the one sour apple of the bunch. But other than that, there were a lot of good eggs at this show. A lot of great people, wonderful people, great deals. So the positive definitely outweighs the negative at the Dallas Card Show. Do you agree, Dan?
Yeah, it's like 99% positive, but there's always going to be that one bad apple that does something shady, and that's what sticks out and makes the headlines. So, I always try not to focus on the negative with these things, because it was just overall, if that didn't happen, overall, it would have been a great show. And I honestly, I wasn't affected. It didn't hurt me at all, but like it just kind of like puts a black eye on the show. So I just think that we just need to be aware. We need to treat it not as a form of drama in entertainment. We need to treat it as a problem that should be addressed, should be solved collectively somehow, where we just kind of push these people out. But honestly, with the way that cards are, with the amount of money that passes back and forth, they're going to attract people like this. So we just have to do a better job of policing our community and watching out for each other. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the answer, guys, but I just think that we need to be mindful of these things.
Agree. Who do we have next?
Rick,
Marcial.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Rick, appreciate the tip. Thank you so much, sir. Yes. Let's see. Let's go through these here.
Put that in our pizza money, Dan.
Yeah.
Rick NorCal. A lot of scammers, even on eBay, Facebook groups. Just be vigilant. I don't trust anyone online. Well, even at the shows, I mean, one thing Dan told me when we got there, he's like, dude, a lot of people at shows this big, tend to steal. There are, some bad people. So you just need to be a little more streetwise if you're a seller, you're even a buyer. If you're carrying a bag of cards and showing around, I mean, there's happened even at the National, there was a guy stealing people's, cards out of their bags and everything. Just happens. You got to be, you should need to be self-aware.
Man, I just don't understand. Like, there are easier ways. Okay, I always tell people there are easier ways to make money in cards. There's got to be easier ways to scam people too than try to like put yourself out there. I don't know. I just think like I could not even like process into my mind that you would try to do something like that. It's like, to me, it's like stealing. It's like, I don't know, stealing candy from a baby, not in the sense that it's easy, but that it's just really, really wrong. I just don't see how anybody could consciously do something like that.
And then look at yourself in the morning when you're
upsets me.
When you're getting up in the morning, you take a shower, you brush your teeth, and you look yourself in the mirror, and you're like, "Well, can't wait to go to the show today and steal some cards."
But I think these guys, they have to be like sociopaths or something, where they just have no empathy. They have no empathy. They don't care about anything, and they just do what they do to make money. It's crazy. Anyways,
Marvel 239 Daniel, that 3 a.m. Marvel deal was hilarious. Oh man, yeah, I was so there. We were hardly keep our eyes open.
Yeah, I think he's talking about the one where we're drinking the rum with Alex.
Yes, with Alex. I
think he's talking about that one.
He's got a funny user card name. His name is Kim Kardashian. He's a hoot. He actually only knows me. He doesn't have like any social media, but he knows me through eBay. It's for some odd reason he found me. I don't know how he did it, but he found me.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, let's
Yeah, that was a great deal. I'm glad we stayed for it, but it took a while. It took like over an hour to make that deal.
The best deals always happen at the end of the show or at the end of the night, guys. That's why you got to stay till the gold digging hour. Trust me, it happens every time.
And you made a great deal, a pretty cool deal with Ken Fornos too, didn't you?
I did. I picked up this. Thank you for reminding me. Right? I picked up this Scarlet Witch auto, which is cool, guys.
So that's a black diamond. Is that exquisite or just a black diamond? What is that?
Black diamond series.
Okay.
Yeah. So
and you didn't mind the low grade on it?
Okay. No, because it's a surface issue. It's a surface issue, and honestly, guys, I'm thinking about pulling another crack on this. I'm thinking about cracking this, cleaning it, and seeing if I can send it to PSA. So that might be another video. We'll see. We'll see.
Now I'm curious. I forgot. What did you give Ken? What did you trade for it?
I gave him my Spider Gwen Jambalaya.
Okay.
I gave that up, and that was hard to give up, but I bought that card raw. I graded it, so I had a pretty good cost basis on that. And I just feel like this might have a lot of upside with the upcoming Doctor Strange movie that's coming out.
Oh,
and
for sure.
As I understand it, she's like a main character in that movie and possibly the antagonist, the villain.
Yeah, she is.
So this could be.
I mean, I'm not 100% positive, but
play.
rumor mill.
Yeah, that could be an interesting play. And let me show you this guy. I got this on the last day of the show during the gold digging hour. Look at this.
Oh, it's guys. A Kaboom. Who is that? Oh, yeah. Stephen Curry.
Steph Curry.
Oh, wow. Yeah. What year is that?
This is actually pretty rare. This is 2015.
Okay. Was that the first year they did the Kabooms?
No, I think that was 2013 or something like that. I think pretty sure.
So you're saying it's super rare. It's like a super short print, correct?
Yeah. So this could be a play, guys. I have to do some research on this. If anybody knows anything about this, let me know.
But now, was that a buy or a trade? Was that a trade or a buy?
This was my favorite type of deal. This was the cash trade deal. I got this was the last deal I made at the end of the show. Cash trade for this. I got cash and I got this, and I traded one of my Kobe autos for. So very happy autos.
Oh yes.
Yes. Okay, let's try to get through this here.
As we got, let's see, keep going through. We got so many. Cholo Coloco. Thoughts on Marvel Cinematic Universe cards? I like them. How about you, Dan?
I like them.
Me, I've been investing in them.
Marvel Cinematic, the MCU is what people know the last 20 years, not the comics. It's the MCU. So I do think that is a play, and they're very undervalued right now because true comic collectors they prefer the comic character books, but casual people, they're going to go for the MCU. So I think that's a play for sure.
Yeah, I've already sold
Thank you for bringing that up.
sold a handful of Benedict Cumberbatch Doctor Strange ones this weekend. And I know I heard, Spidey Jew talk about it today on his shows prior to me coming on here that he had bought some, through e-packs. And I've also learned a lot of new things about e-packs, which I never knew about actually till I went to the show and I talked to Jacob, and he taught me a lot about e-packs.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's Upper Deck e-packs. Go on there and sign up for an account. It's a free plug.
So this does have some surface issues, Mervin. I think that I think I might be able to clean it though, but it does have some surface issues. That's why I want to crack
Mervin's asking if the 6.5 surface right, 6.5 surface right.
I want to crack it and see if I can resub it and see what happens, but we'll see. Make a video.
And that was the worst grade on the subgrades, correct?
Yes.
Vincent,
I'm sorry about your uncle. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Vincent.
He got COVID the last 5 days.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Vincent. I hope you get better. Please get better soon. But thank you for joining us. I appreciate it.
I'm glad you're able to, stick through this. Axel C.
Yes.
How do you think game tickets would sell at a show? I have many cards, but many also tickets. You were discussing this earlier or last week.
Tickets are a play, guys. Tickets are a play. Like a lot of people are paying attention to tickets, and I did see a lot more tickets like SLAB PSA tickets, at the show. So I think that that's definitely a growing market. I'm not like really big into that unless it's a super historical ticket, but definitely a lot of people had tickets for sale. Yeah, and they're expensive too. They're not cheap.
Were?
Like they're as
Oh
much as some of these high-end cards. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I love podcasts. I'm glad. Can you tell us what you learned about EPAC? I just literally just signed up yesterday. I'm looking at all these, and I had all these unique cards. Like actually, 2 of those Doctor Strange cards I had were from, I don't know. I couldn't tell what they were. They just said like Marvel or something on an upper deck, and they were these Infinity Stones. I don't know if you've seen them. They're like oval shaped. They're die cut. They're kind of jagged around, and then kind of flat at the bottom. And then they have stones representing all the 5 stones from the Infinity Wars. And then there's 5 of those cards, and they're parallels of 49 each, and they'll have all the characters from all the Avengers. So I've actually picked up some Doctor Strange and some Spider-Mans for pretty low cost, but they were really hard to find. And I'm still looking for them, and I can't find them. So I ran to this guy. It was it Jacob, right?
Yeah.
One of the Marvel guys that we sat and talked to, and he explained to me that these cards came from EPACs, and he had bought a few too, and he showed me some of his cards, and that you buy them from EPACs, but it's not. Most people think they're like e-cards, almost like an NFT or something. They're only in the metaverse that you can own these cards, but they're actually hard copy cards, and then they have a deal with ComC. So I think you have to transfer them to ComC or something. I don't know how it exactly works. Maybe you all know, or Dan, and then you order it.
I didn't
the card
know about
back
that.
from ComC, and it's delivered. Yes, I do know but ComC is the people who deliver it to you, though.
Oh, that would explain why I see so many Marvel cards on ComC. Oh, okay, yeah, I guess so. It's interesting, if you guys want to get in that, that's another fun thing to kind of play around with. Just be careful, don't spend too much money on that stuff.
Yeah,
it could get out of hand very easily.
I think I'm going to go back and watch. I didn't get to watch all the rest of Spidey Jew's video today, or his live stream, but he talks about this in more depth. So check that out.
Right. Okay. So is there anything else that we want to talk about the Dallas show? I think we got all the questions. We got through the comments, but any other thoughts that you want to talk about with Dallas? What was your favorite thing?
You know me, I'm a talker, so I just loved meeting people, talking to people, just making new friends, and a lot of different connections, and finding out about also more unique oddball cards. I met Scott, like I said, the guys from Next Gym, and he was telling me one of my grails is a Prince card. I find like an old Prince card, and he had his eyes on this Warner Brothers 1979 Prince card that was like a promo card to distributors and everything. That was a set, and it's from 1979. Prince was 19 years old, and the only one we can find on eBay they want like $4,000 or $5,000 for. And then the guy who bought that big sale for me of all my cards this weekend, my biggest sale, he actually owned that card. He had a PSA 8 on it.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, well, dude, I would love to trade all the cards I just gave you for that card, because it was valued like at over $10,000. But he doesn't want to give it away or sell it. He wants to keep it in his PC. But I was like, if you ever want to sell it, please contact me. And if anybody knows where I can get one of those Prince cards, please let me know. But that was the whole thing. The thing was that we were able to network, talk to people, meet great sellers, meet the buyers, meet of a lot of our viewers. And that's worth more money than the cards that I have on my table. And it's priceless. And it makes the addiction even more. So I can't wait to see you all guys at the next show. Do you agree?
Maybe we should Between the Two Slabs live with an audience next time.
Well, we did that on Friday, right?
Dallas. No,
we
live.
did that on Friday.
Live.
Oh, live. Okay, I'll have to engineer this then.
Like with an audience, live with a studio audience is what I'm talking about.
Talk about this. I'll try to engineer this. I'll definitely engineer it.
Yeah. maybe next time we'll bring it up. But yeah, it was a great. So overall, the Dallas show was a great time. I'm gonna release my last vlog tomorrow, so you can see my final pickups on that day. It did not disappoint for sure. It was a little bit of drama, but just overall a great time, great deals. And let me just talk about the amount of activity that I saw there, guys. Anytime I see a lot of people coming to these shows, a lot of people spending money, trading, it gives me an indication on where the hobby is, where it's going. So again, I always say this, I think the hobby is in a healthy spot. I think it is still growing. The prices are not as crazy as they were before. They have come down a lot, but they are somewhat steady now. But I still see a lot of activity. So that makes me very, very bullish on where the hobby is going. So I'm very excited about that. And I'm just, I'm excited to also build this content with you guys when we do the Between Two Slabs. We do the lives with you guys, all that stuff. The feedback has been really great. So me and Merlin are very appreciative of that for sure.
Oh, yeah. And I also sold my last Britney Spears rookie card too. And I sold that Betty White. That was the most talked about card in my display
Britney has
case.
been freed.
I know. I need some more Britneys.
Betty White. Yeah. Betty White is out there, but we'll continue to kind of bring you guys these. Yeah, we'll continue to bring you guys these oddball alternative cards. It's a lot of fun. And with that, I think shall we wrap it up, Merlin? So
yeah, I need to eat my dinner. I just ordered some Uber Eats, so I'm gonna go eat dinner after this and watch some 90 Day Fiancé, as everybody knows.
Yes,
90 Day Fiancé.
So if you're wondering, if you're coming into this late, if you're wondering about what happened in Dallas, go watch my vlog about that today. We cover that. We promoted this graded guard alternative, low cost alternative slab protector. So we will put a code in the description here, so you guys will get 10% off. So please use that code if you want to order these for that. And then check me out. The Whatnot, my first Whatnot will be next Monday. So I will promote that. So check that out, guys. Please follow the link on my Instagram. Add me on the Whatnot profile so that you guys can get $10 free for that. Okay. All right. Anything else, Merlin?
Yeah, and follow me on Instagram at Mer World Cards up here. Also, my YouTube channel, Mer World Cards. I'm probably going to do one of my first live streams. I haven't really done it myself. I've only done it with you, Dan. I'm probably going to break this AEW box. We'll see what's inside it. So, hit the bell button on my channel, and you'll be notified when I finally do this.
I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to say it right now. Kenny Omega Auto. Kenny Omega Auto in that box. I feel it. I feel it. How about
MJF or Darby Allin? That's what I want, man.
I'll say Kenny Omega or MJF Auto. I can feel it.
I love it. Oh my gosh. I will do cartwheels over here.
Yes. So all right, guys. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you guys were entertained. That's pretty much it. So we'll go ahead and wrap this now, guys. We will see you in the next show next week. Appreciate